Come here. Welcome to the Famous Foxes Aftermath Show, live every Sunday on Leicester Fan TV. Come on, you Foxes. Good morning, Foxes out there. How the devil are you today? How's your weekend been so far? When we finally get a manager, Top will be saying, I did it my way. Well, you know what day it is. It's Sunday. It's 9:30 a.m. It's time for the Famous Foxes Aftermath Show, run by us fans for you fans out there. And you know what? Your opinion really matters. So get them comments in now. Let's get it going. It's kickoff time. Come on, you Foxes.
The Leicester City machine is on the march again.
Leicester Fan TV presents a variety of content, like fan discussions, match analysis, and engaging with Leicester fans worldwide. We want your views live. Thanks to our sponsors, Everard's, Follow Blinds, Pocket Pies, Pink Car Leasing, Distillers Direct, Hologram, Take Me, Newbie & Co, and the Foxes Arms and Rainbows. We are live in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good morning, everyone. I hope you're well. The sun is shining. As you can see, I've got the door open today. Andy Medhurst has come up with one of the first comments there. Still no manager. I'll also add to that, still no kit. I'll also add to that, still no pre-season games. What's going to happen very shortly? Reedy will be joining us very shortly. Let's get a few people. A few people have said hello already. Tim Curtis. Morning, Jamie Powell. Hope the weather's treating you better over there than here in England. Potter Cooper is the question. Corberan could be the question. Like I just said, the weather is fantastic this morning. Craig, good morning, pal. And all the LC, yes, all the privilege. I did want 500, but I think I'm going to struggle with 500 today. Get sharing this. Let's get them 500 people on. John O'Towers, happy Father's Day out there. To my dad in Market Harbour. I hope you're well in East Lancashire, I should say, but there you go. Morning, Derek. Morning, Dawn. Morning, Wayne. How are you? Morning, Wayne from Thailand. Morning, Nick. How are you? Let's get Reedy on. Not because I'm struggling to say. I just need someone to laugh at the minute. Morning, Reedy. How are you, pal?
I'm good. How are you? With my massive cup of tea.
Your massive cup of tea from a firm, but other sports firms are available to use if you want. Reedy, this week, nothing but the same old story, pal. Week in, week out.
Yep.
What's happening? The silence is deafening from the club a little bit. Like I said, no manager. For us, all the women actually. No kit. No even though there's been a few fakes and maybe the odd original one. No pre-season games. What's happening, pal?
Just classic Leicester, isn't it? Just classic Leicester. We obviously know what's going to be coming in the next couple of days. So that's maybe a good start to get the new season off with a bang. But hopefully we can get some other news again. The last time we had some news was when Vardy and Vestergaard signed. So hopefully next time it will be even better.
It's 3 weeks on Monday. 3 weeks tomorrow, actually, since the manager packed his bags and went. Are we getting any closer? Like the title says, and now the end is near. Is it that near, do you think, Reedy? Are we going to announce him Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? It'd be great if it's tomorrow, because then Phil's got something to talk about tomorrow night. But like Leicester normally do, we're leaving it. Pre-season's coming soon. We need to get somebody in for pre-season, or else when the players turn up, they're going to be like strangers in the night. It's going to be very difficult if we haven't got a manager when pre-season turns up.
Yeah, obviously we've seen a lot of reports and a lot more reliable sources now recently of it being between two men. Obviously, I think Cooper's kind of fell away a bit more now, but the two big names that Leicester have been looking for and are big, strong candidates for it is Potter and Corberan. So, again, I'd be happy with one of them. The other one is maybe because of the play style he did last season with Enzo, so maybe he would be coming in for that. But again, I'm glad that we've finally kind of announced that there's two leading men for the job instead of it being just a 10 out of 10
Yeah, it's like John said,
managers.
it's
So
frustrating, isn't it, pal? That we're not getting we're getting that they've been held into, but this is from outside sources, isn't it? We're hearing things. Oh, they've held talks with A, B, C, and D, but we're not actually hearing. And then we're hearing there's a short list. And it's just that. Oh, it's just so frustrating sometimes. I totally agree with Jono. It is frustrating.
yes, but then again, I don't think Leicester would ever come out and say, "Oh, we're looking at these two people." They're never going to do that. Again, that's what journalists are for. Again, Fabrizio's come out and said that Potter's been in talks with Leicester, which again is a good thing to hear that Leicester are looking to get him. But everyone's saying, "Oh, he's mulling over the idea, and with the point deduction and everything, it might not be him. He might not want to take the job." Well, that's the case. If he doesn't even look interested from the get go, then you don't even try, because if he's not interested already to go, yes, I want the job, then you don't go for him because you don't want somebody who's not interested.
Well, yeah, you hear different reports, don't you? Is Potter what Andy? Why would you want the England job? Sorry. It's a poison chalice. It really is. Why would you want to wait for the England job? I'm not sure about that, to be honest. Do you think he's waiting for the England job? Do you think? Well, I mean,
I don't. The thing is now, obviously, whatever Southgate does at England this summer, he's going to be gone in my eyes. But I don't think it's going to be Potter's job. I think we'll take a while to find that new man, because again, it doesn't have to be an English manager. I know most people prefer it to be someone who's got a passion for that nation, but I can't see someone waiting for that job, because it could be the next year. Then that sort of thing happens, because there's no World Cup next year. It's going to be the year after that. So
yeah.
long time waiting if he's going to do that. So you might as well get your time in now, and then maybe even boost your CV up a bit more for next season, and then as in the season after this one, and maybe go from there.
Yeah, I was going to say this later, Wayne, but as you've mentioned it already, yeah, Kevin Campbell was here with a shame about Kevin Campbell. Unfortunately, he passed away. He had a stroke and he wasn't very well from it. But yeah, he was with us in 89-90 season, a bit before your time, really. I remember it quite well. He had 12 games, scored 6 goals, looked a quality player at the age of 19. We're never going to sign him in a million years. And he was a quality player, but it's such a shame. At the age of 54, well, I'm 54 this year. 54 is no age whatsoever. So sympathy with his family and friends and all the clubs he played for. But yeah, unfortunately, yeah. I think a few people would remember him, but you definitely wouldn't be able to remember, were you, Reader? You weren't even about, were you, unfortunately? I bet Phil's told you about him, hasn't he?
No, not really.
Oh, no. Oh, only happened yesterday, didn't it? So you probably wouldn't, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going back onto the managers, though. Pre-season starts in a couple of weeks, if I remember right. Jamie Fanu, no, I'm past it, pal. Old school, going a bit 4-4-2. No, Graham. They won't allow that nowadays. You're not allowed to talk about 4-4-2 anymore, are you, Reedy?
No. It's
That's
all about the new tactics this year.
That's been outlawed. That's like long kicks from goal kicks. You're not allowed to kick it long anymore. Although I noticed the Switzerland keeper did it yesterday a few times. Yes, Phil's probably a bit too busy. It's about Taylor Swift. Yes, Jason, he did come with Paul Moran from Spurs. So we had an Arsenal and a Spurs player up top on loan at the same time. But yeah, going back to the new managers, the fixtures come out on Tuesday at 9 o'clock. I don't say we need a manager by then, but we've got to. Surely, Reedy, something's got to be happening behind the scenes this weekend, surely.
I think it's always been happening behind the scenes. We just take too long to get the things sorted, because, again, you heard about Top on that on the bus parade, and you could hear him on that roof saying about, oh, he's back, he's done what he can to get us back to the top again. But now obviously his main man's left in Enzo. He's got to find that new appointment, and maybe it don't take as quick as people think it does. If you want to get the right man, it might take a bit longer than you think. But again, it is getting to the point now where you've got fixtures coming out on Tuesday. You've got pre-season in a couple of weeks. You do need to start finding that man and getting that man around the players and getting it ready to go for next season.
Yeah, like even Susan Will, Derek C says, even Susan Wilson not going to do stupid again. At budget, that is budgeting for a top 8 Premiership finish that has screwed us over since. To be honest, Leicester's board is always doing something stupid in my mind. But you never know with us at the minute, do you? Really, to be honest, you never know. It's stranger things have happened, haven't they?
Well, a lot of people were complaining about the Vestergaard deal for 3 years, and in my eyes, I don't think it's that bad. But again, I get the point of if you get relegated and you can't afford him next season, then it's like, yeah, it might not have been the best decision to make.
It's like Andy Meadows has said, we don't need a manager who is only going to be here for 1 year. I think if we get someone like Colbaran or Potter, I think they're going to be here for more than a year unless they get sacked because they're absolutely useless. But we're not kind of that club, are we? We're not like Watford that just sack a manager after, I don't know, however many games or whatever. We're the ones that try and look for the long term. And I think they did that with Enzo. They wanted him for the long term. Even though I didn't warm to him and he wasn't my favourite ever manager, I think they brought him in for the long term future. Yeah, and if hadn't been sacked, I think Enzo would have been here, and I don't think he'd have gone anywhere else. To be honest,
no, I don't think he would. I think it all happened in the exact same in a good time for him. He obviously finished the season well with us, and we won the league. And then Poch got either walked out or got sacked, so it kind of worked perfectly for a new manager to walk into that job. And of course, it's the only man that we've kind of wanted to for the next season, and that was Maresca. So hopefully he does bad there. Hopefully we get them first game of the season on Tuesday. And hopefully if Potter comes in against his former club, he can absolutely smash them to pieces.
So it's like LCFC Gray has said, Brighton have a new manager. We're still messing about. With us, it's all or it's nothing at all, isn't it, pal? It's just, and like Nick Moore says, the silence is deafening from the club. It always is. It gets on my goat sometimes that we never get any confirmation, communication, whatever you want to say, from the club about anything that's going on, do you? And I think that's what we find a bit frustrating about behind the scenes and the interaction with the fans.
I think what happens with every club, though. We all want things to be done ASAP and it all to be done so we can hear about it and whatnot. But again, we all don't know. It could take this long to get a new manager because of all the contract concerns and all the add-ons and stuff like that. Again, you might want to be like, oh, I want these players in. Can we get them in? And they're debating whether they can or not. And there might be a lot behind the scenes, and they might be still doing it right now. But it is just annoying that it's taking this long when, like you say, Brighton's just signed their manager after losing De Zerbi.
I think De Zerbi was only sacked a couple of days before Enzo, wasn't he?
He's moved over to another club now as well, De Zerbi.
Where's he gone?
I'm trying to think now. I think he's gone to an Italian team, if I'm not mistaken.
Has he? All right. Anybody out there, let me know where the bright De Zerbi's gone to before really Googles it. We need, where we go, there we are. Nick says, we need to be doing ASAP because we need to put plans in place with what we're going to come up with against is a no-brainer. Yes, we do need to get it sorted ASAP. What is taking so long for the manager, says Montana Prime. Get rid of Rudkin, absolutely useless guy. I think it's not just Rudkin, but I do know what you mean there. When do we hear about the deductions? Well, Reedy, you and Phil have been having a bit of a discussion about this deduction points, didn't you? Because you'd say you want it before. No, you said you wanted it during the season, and Phil wanted it before the season. Is that right, or was it the other way around?
No, I want them in the middle of the season, and people would be like, well, you wanted to see what you get from the start. But in my eyes, if you're on 0 to begin with and you can rack them points up, like Everton did. If they get the point deduction, then you've still got to win a few games. Whereas at the start of the season, if you're a -10 or whatever, and then you do lose the first 2 or 3, you think, ouch, this could be a hard one to get out of. For me, you want to try and start on 0 and do your best you can to try and get as many points as you can, so then it can be taken off you.
Steve Shepherd, it's me that does the puns today, not you. It ain't what you say, it's the way that you do it. That's what gets results. Yeah, I can't remember the name of the song, Steve, but yes, I'm the one that does the puns on here. Leave it to me. But good try, though.
I found the Deserby. He's
Marseille.
going to Marseille, yeah.
Yeah, somebody's already put that on there. Nick Moore says, we want it before because we know what we have to do. Oh, I missed that one. Right. I think the hold-up is Andy Sheba. I think the hold-up is we have 3 managers that we've spoke to and possibly trying to work out what suits the club more. So, yes, we need a manager, but I don't want us to panic and sign a manager that isn't the right manager. Yes, Chapster, Fun Boy 3 and Banana Armour. Yes, I remember that. I remember the video driving around in the middle of the night in a car. Yes. Yeah, we do need the right manager. We do need the right fit. But we need plans in place. We lost a backroom staff as well. We haven't got this assistant manager, analyst, whatever you call them nowadays, whatever. We need to get the whole team in. And it's not like, unless Potter's got his staff that, oh yeah, come with me, that's hard to work. We just got to see, we've got to get it sorted.
And again, that's what you say as well. You've got to think about that as well. That's maybe why it's taken a lot more time, because maybe Potter don't have these men behind him to just come with him. Like I say, when a manager gets sacked, you're not just thinking about his job going. It's all about the people that are behind him that's losing their job as well.
Dean, I bloody hope you're lying about that, because I could. Oh no, thank you. Absolutely no, thank you. That is 100% no, thank you from me.
He might bring his assistants back.
No, don't want him. There's got to be a rush job in July. Yes, it will be a rush job in July. Not sure the stadium will ever be completed. That's a totally another story. But yeah, I understand where you're coming from with that, Chris. That's part of the club's infrastructure that we need. But we also need a team that can play in front of 40,000 people week in, week out. Not a team that's going to be playing in front of a 40,000 stadium that's only filling 25.
I think going into this season, I think you'll feel it. I think you'll get more of a sellout than most, because again, we're back in the Premier League. That's all the people want, all the fans wanted. So even depending on what we do this season, I think you will see a sellout majority of the season, in my eyes, anyway.
Mandarin point 1st of June. No,
it's too late. That's too late.
That's too late. First, it's got to be in the next couple of weeks. And this week, I would have thought it has to be in the next week, so he can get in at Seagrave. He can have a look round. He can see what he's got to do. He can look at the players. Pochettino would be a master. That'd be like a job swatch, wouldn't it? But I can't say. I've always championed the cause for Pochettino, but I just can't say it, unfortunately. Same as people were going for Mourinho as well. That was just somebody just plucking it out.
Well, here's one for you. If we got Potter, would you say we've got a better manager than Chelsea?
Oh, that's a tough one.
Because again, we basically swapped the jobs then, haven't we? We basically took Chelsea's manager.
Not quite, because they've had 2 managers since then.
Yeah, I know that. But they obviously went for Potter for reasons, thinking that it was going to be a good thing for them, and they've took Enzo because they thought it would be a good thing for them. So,
well, I've always classed Potter as an up-and-coming manager.
Yeah,
and I still think that he is an up-and-coming manager. I know he's 49, but that's no age for a manager nowadays. They're not all old school and walking sticks and stuff like that nowadays. They're all young, up-and-coming ex-players that Potter was. So, yeah. But as for the question, is he better than what we've got? I don't know. That's what we had, sorry. He's got to be better than what we've got, because we've got nothing. I don't know. That's a tough one. A lot of people have agreed with you.
I do think it's better. But again, we don't know what Enzo would do at Chelsea. So,
well, without wanting to step on any Chelsea's toes, I don't think he'll. I think he will struggle there. I think he will struggle. The pressure that he's going to be under, and especially the way they play the football, the way he plays his football. We'll have to wait and see. But as for, like I say, I've always championed a cause for up and coming English players as well as English managers. So yes, in my mind, having an English manager in charge is a good thing. But is he better than Enzo? For what he did at Brighton, yes. What he did at Chelsea, probably not. So,
but then again, would you say that you can judge him on the Chelsea job?
No,
because everyone says it's a poison chalice there, and like
I would judge him on the work he did with Brighton. Before you all jump on me back, it's a similar kind of size club. It's a family club. They've got the same kind of catchment area as us, and where they came from. I know they've been in Division 4 and 3, the old Division 1 and 2. It's a similar kind, so he's worked well with them, and he might be able to work wonders with us again because we're similar kind of club.
Did he bring Brighton from the Championship?
Yes.
He came up with the Championship.
No, was that Chris Hughton?
That was Chris Hughton. I remember now. Yeah, it was in charge.
Yes, it was, wasn't it? But he still, they were like a small fish in a big pond.
He basically did a Rodgers job from when he first came in. He basically took us from like mid-table to a top 8 spot, really.
Oh, I didn't realise this. Enzo was appointed a year ago today. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I bet Leicester City haven't put that on there like they normally do.
Well, no. But again, if we announce Enzo today, then I'd say a week today is deadline for us, realistically.
Yeah, Wayne says, I think Leicester fits Potter better than Chelsea. Yes, I think he is. I think being a big fish in a small pond is better than being a little fish in a big pond like Potter was at Chelsea. Mm-hmm. Chris Wall says Potter was manager of Swansea. Yes, he was, wasn't he? He was manager of Swansea before Brighton. But yeah, we've talked the backside of the manager. We're going to talk about fixtures now. Because they come out on Tuesday, don't they? The fixtures. Everyone's looking forward to that. 9 a.m. Reedy and Phil will be there, glued to the TVs, watching it. Waiting for Sky Sports to come on. And bang. Reedy, the first fixture is going to be who?
People have said that it's going to be Chelsea. I don't think it will be. I want something quite easy to get the season going. Again, I wouldn't mind a home game, but I wouldn't mind an away game as long as it's an easier one. I'm gonna go for a good start and go for Ipswich. I think it's gonna be Ipswich.
Can you imagine if it's Chelsea away, first game, and we're going beaten?
I wouldn't be shocked, mate. If Potter comes in and we beat them, we'll be laughing. We'll be laughing. Don't you dare say Bournemouth away. I'm not doing that first game of the season. No chance.
On a Friday night, the move it to
I'm all right, thank you. I'm all right.
I would love it if Wolves at home. I would because their assistant manager. I've had him on the show and I've known him quite well. Ian Birchnell. That'd be great for him. It'd be hard work for him because he's blue through and through. But he's assistant manager at Wolves at the minute. But yeah,
I think any home game would be good, as in Wolves at home or Forest at home or something like that. But I just don't want an away game that's a tough one to begin with because, again, you want to get them points on the board. You want to have a good start. That's why I'm saying I think something like an Ipswich. Yeah, Mark's good idea. That's a good idea, yeah.
Yeah, Leeds away.
Yeah,
Leeds a long way away from us at the minute, pal.
Just think, next season when we start, they'll be even lower than what we even started with because down the table, they're like 15th.
Well, yeah. There's lots. Are the fixtures leaked? And you get some kind of fixture leak, don't you? But I don't think I've ever seen a right fixture leak yet. Have you, Reader?
There was one where I saw like a whole list of things just on a notebook.
That have been done by now, wouldn't they? All the fixtures would have been done by now.
Yeah.
Would have been ready. They're not doing it right up until.
But we all know, as much as they are generated in a way, there are some games where you always think it's fixed because, like I say, last game of the season, there's a big game with someone involved.
Well, there's never, the last time there was a top 6 fixture, alleged top 6 fixture, the last game of the season was about 14 years ago.
Yeah. But again,
don't think it's
there's always something at the end of the season or at the start of the season that really.
Yeah, because they never have someone like Man City, Arsenal last game of the season, or Man City, Man U last game of the season. But Alex says Liverpool away. Arsenal.
You know what? Do you know what?
The big teams.
Liverpool away. I won't be anywhere near as scared next season because there's no Klopp there, mate. I think there could be a bag of spanners at the start of the season next year.
You never know, do you? You never know. Anyone know any coppers doing overtime on the first? Okay, chapster, whatever that's meant to mean. I'm not quite sure what that means, but anyway. But yeah, the first fixtures, what was the first fixture? 17th of August, wasn't it? Yeah. First game, 17th of August. First weekend, sorry, 17th of August. So it could be on the 16th. It could be on the 18th. We don't know yet. But
who would you like it? Who would you like it to be?
Who would I like it to be? Well, I'd want a home game against one of the easier teams, or allegedly easier teams, the lower ranked teams, just so we can get some points on the board. Do
you think the point deduction will come at the start of the season? I think it will roll over because it will take ages.
I'm almost positive. I've read it that they're not going to be heard until November. I'm sure I've read that. I think it was either Owen that said it or Rob Tanner has said it. I'm sure I've read it that it said they're not going to be heard till November.
If you think about it, the amount of teams in most Premier League seasons at the start of the season within 10 games, some teams only have like 4 to 6 points because they just can't get the points. If we have a good start and get 15 points in the first 10 games, which is obviously they're all wins actually. No, that's all wins. Don't mind about that. If we get like 10 points from the first 15 games, I don't know. It's not a lot to ask for, but you want to get a good start and you want to get enough points to when that deduction comes in, you're not in negative. You want to start where you've got enough points after it's been deducted that you can still hit the goal.
The thing is, though, the problem is, I understand both sides of the argument that you'd prefer to start off at the beginning, then you know exactly where you are, but it's better to get points on the board and then get them deducted. But say if you've got 10 points after 10 games and then you get a 10-point deduction, you're on 0, that's going to hit the players quite hard. But at least at the beginning of the season, you know what you're going from. But you could have confidence from getting them 10 points from them first 10 games and the confidence just weans away from them straight away.
But so I feel like 10 points from 10 games, realistically, that's only 3 wins and a draw, isn't it? So
yeah, so you've only lost like 6 games, which, I don't know.
You never know. We could have a brilliant start. In 10 games, we could have won 6 or 7. Again, that's a massive ask, but that alone could be something massive, and the point deduction might not make us bottom again. It might not make us bottom. I think that alone, for me, would be a lot better than knowing that we're bottom, and then even if we win 5 games, we're still going to be bottom. It would kill us. Whereas if you getting the points on the board and then it gets taken off us and we're still not bottom, then it'd be good.
It's like Chris says, knowing our luck, we'll get 3 of the top 6 in the first 5 games.
We will. We'll get Man City, Liverpool, and Arsenal.
Yeah, but get them out of the way. I'd rather get them out of the way, to be honest. If they're away games, if them 3 games are away games.
Yep.
So if we get Man City away, then a home game, and then Arsenal away, and then a home game, and then Liverpool away, that won't bother me. Then they're the 3 of the toughest games.
Because as long as you take the 9 points from the home games.
Yeah, well, the 6 points, because you can't get 9 from 2 games, can you?
No, but then it'd be another home game after the 3rd away game. So
yeah, but Chris said 5, pal. Read the comments.
Do one.
Yeah, okay then. But can we? Scott says, "Here's a question for everyone: can we make it a fortress this year? Can we make the King Power a fortress? That's what we need. I think we've got to base our on the home form this year.
I don't think we will. In my eyes, I think the last couple of years has not been great. Obviously, people would have said last year was a lot better because of the position we're in, but I don't know. I don't. I've not felt that. I've never felt the KP being a fortress since we won the league year.
Yeah.
I don't know. The atmosphere is not great. Again, you hear sections singing. There's no cohesion through the whole ground, and I don't know.
Let's not get started on that. Really, I've got to go work. I don't want to go work on a bit of a argument about that. You know my feelings on that straight away.
Yeah.
Wayne says, I think this is why we need to get a manager in, plus some players. Let's get going. I think that's the place we've got to leave it on, pal. Wayne said it there. That's why we need to get a manager in and get the players in and get any players. Well, I think signings as well. We haven't talked about this June the 30th deadline. That I think we'll leave that for Phil tomorrow night. The PSF or R, whatever it's called. What is it? PSF or PSR? PSR.
I'll tell you, mate.
Yeah, it's one of the two.
Is that? When's the deadline?
30th of June.
What for?
Well,
transfers?
no one knows how much money we owe, or they're suspecting we're going to break the rules. So we've got to sell players by the 30th of June. Because Madison was in last year's accounts. Barnes is in this year's accounts up until the 30th of June because of the way they were sold. If Barnes had been in last year's accounts, we probably wouldn't have had that problem. We want to be in the deduction thingy. But then this year now, we've got to sell. No one knows how much money. That's why they're saying about Dewsbury Hall. He's going to be pure profit because he didn't cost us anything, did he? Local lad from Shepshed. Yeah, Shepshed. So he's going to cost us. So if we get 30, 40 million for him, that might clear it. But then you've got Woutface, Justin, Mads, Hermerson. You never know, do you? But
maybe the Euros will help us out, mate. Maybe the Euros will help us out.
Money in the bank to cover us. That's the thing. Just so we don't get done again.
Well, I'd say the Euros might help us out, mate. Again, you get to see performances from one of the players. Vestergaard's in the team today, I think. So
yeah, but they're not going to sell him after signing a new 3-year contracts.
No, but you know what I mean. I'm saying players that play for countries are going to do well. He starts normally for Belgium, yeah.
But the only thing is, though, with him being in the Euros, they're not really going to sell him now, whether while he's there. But unfortunately, anyway, Reedy, we've come to the end of the day, or not the end of the day, the end of the show. We shall see you next week, pal.
For the final countdown.
For the final countdown, yes, it'll be not quite so puntastic this week, but we've got a few in. I wonder whether people noticed through the show what I was doing or which songs I put in there. I'll have to do a bit of competition. Anybody that can name all the songs, put it in the comments on the YouTube video if they can pick out all the songs. That's what we'll do next week. I'll think of some kind of prize. I'm going to put song titles in the show next week. And then in the comments afterwards on YouTube, I'll pick a winner. That'd be good. I'll have 4 song titles next week that I'll just randomly put in that I've done today. But whether you've spotted them, I'm not sure. I'm not sure really spotted them all. I know he spotted one of them at least, but last week you got the dancing on the ceiling straight away, didn't you?
I love dancing on the ceiling.
That's what we're going to do next week. I'm going to 4 song titles in the show, and then in the YouTube comments afterwards, you've got to put the comments what the song titles were. That's what we're going to do, really. Make it a bit more exciting next week.
Okay.
And I'll think of a prize. Don't get too excited. You've got to be part of it as well.
Okay.
You've got to come up with your best karaoke impression next week.
Okay, no worries.
Yeah, see, that was done straight away. That was LCFC Gray. Yeah, someone picked up that up straight away. And now the end is near. You see, they seem to know now, don't they? They're all getting it now. We'll be in Europe the year after next on the final countdown. You never know. You never know. Right then, pal. Reedy, I shall see you next week.
Yeah, see you in a bit. Mo, you'll see me on Tuesday.
Oh, yes. See Reedy on Tuesday. Live fixture announcements. The prize is the manager's job. Hey, that'd be a right prize, that would, for some Leicester fan. Rightio, pal. If I don't see you through the week, mate, I'll see you through that window once again. Right then, lads and lasses, much appreciated for us again. Yes, we'll do a little, like I said, we'll do a little competition next week. I've just thought about that. There'll be 4 song titles in some kind of puns or some kind of thing. And if you can pick the song titles up. You have to put them on the comments on YouTube next week, but I'll tell you more about that later. So it's ciao, ciao, adios, goodbye, later's me ode, adios. There goes the final whistle.
Thanks for watching Leicester Fan TV. Thanks to our sponsors, Everod's, Barlow Blinds, Pucker Pies, Pink Car Leasing, Distillers Direct, Hologram, Take Me, Nubian Cow, The Fox's Arms and Rainbows. Run by the fans, for the fans. Follow us on socials at Leicester Fan TV and visit LeicesterFanTV.com for all the latest news, views and videos.